Hey guys, back at it. This is day 289 and 290 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted after a meditation session. So I had gotten these downloads from my meditation session, just very clear, very concise, 100 days, daily diary, audio, upload to a large platform, and I just was like, no. And I said no 3 times, and on the third time I was like, okay, so this keeps coming to me and it feels very uncomfortable, so I'm going to move through it. And it has been the most amazing thing and just beautiful process. I just thank you guys so much for supporting me by being here, by listening in, supporting me that way. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things, or none of the things. But let's get into these days. Day 289 and 290. So this is going to be a Thursday and Friday. I have just been kind of living in the moment, and sometimes in the mornings I don't get to record these things like I would like to, and the day catches up with me. So I am having grace with myself and doing some combo episodes for you guys and for myself just to catch up. So Thursday and Friday, normal school day on Thursday. Friday was a chill day. So let's get to Thursday. Today was the last day of school for the kids before they track out and have a break. Got both of them up at the same time so that my son and I can have our Whole Foods date. Packed bags, made sure they were good to go for school, had all their waters and computer, and I just, got myself quickly dressed so I could actually go to the store without being in my pajamas. Dropped my daughter off at school, and I reminded her and reminded myself that I would be picking her up in Carline so we could go to the chiropractor. Then took my son to Whole Foods, and we went to Whole Foods and we got some snacks for his class for the last day. Got some snacks for him. Had a lovely time in the car. We've been having this really amazing, cuddly, snuggly, lovey connection. And of course, it comes and goes depending on his mood. He's 11 and he's got a lot of stuff to process and work through. So that's normal. I can just be myself and regulate. And I've been very proud of myself that I've been able to do that. And I've just been living in the moment more, like I said. So we got to the store, we got our stuff, we went to school and packed everything up in his bag, dropped him off. I said goodbye. Then I got home. I did my vibration plate, my acupressure, my grounding mat, my sauna, did some stretching, and did not do yoga, but I was planning to do yoga, but didn't. So I got myself showered and kind of dressed, and then I went to my Restore Hyper Wellness place to get some red light and cryo because I haven't been there in forever. It's just not worked out schedule-wise. It just felt clunky, and so I don't try to insist clunky. But one of my friends was there who does breath work, and she does a lot of retreats and meditation stuff, and we actually sat there and talked for over an hour, and it was just a beautiful connection. And we were each able to share things about our lives and how the expansion has been happening, and it was just lovely. So it was great to have that connection. I hopped in the car to get myself home just to do a few things, and I was feeling intuitively reaching out to certain people, and trying to situate my weekend because I'll be kid-free and it's going to be Easter. And I was I just feel meditation and relaxation and just getting into some really fun things. So just moving through that. And I've been talking to my new Florida guy, and I'll have to come up with a cute nickname for him. He is absolutely adorable and so unique in his background, and we connect spiritually, and every time we have a phone conversation, it's at least 2 hours, if not more. So we had just been conversating via text and voice message and just like keeping up with one another. So it's been really lovely getting to know him, and the influx of people who have been coming across my path, liking my profile, and just like I've been moving through with intuition, and just like whoever's supposed to be across my path is there for a reason, and kind of don't judge a book by its cover, investigate a little bit kind of thing. So that's what I've been doing. I was supposed to get together with my friend Ben this weekend, but his weekend is super crazy, so that probably won't happen. And I did have my grandfather reach out to me and say that his plans shifted, going to New Jersey for the week, or for a trip that he was planning, and if I would be available for them to come down. And I was like, absolutely. And so they're coming, him and my grandma are coming down to visit me from Virginia on Saturday. And we haven't set a time or anything, but it's just the plan is there. The kids won't be here, but that's fine. And so it's just beautiful that this has come about, because it was last summer that I initially reached out to him and felt him very heavily on my heart. So the rest of the day, I just kind of got into stuff at home, and then went to go pick up my daughter from Carline, picked her up, went to the chiropractor. She was super tired because she stayed up really, really late baking for her class. And it was a really cool moment, not the whole thing, but in the morning when I went to wake her up, she snapped at me. She was a little cranky, and I just was like, okay, and I accepted it and I moved on. I didn't snap back at her. I didn't reprimand her. And so later on in the morning, before she left for school, she came to me and she was like, Mom, I'm really sorry I snapped at you. I'm just super tired from baking all night, and like I'm just sorry I did that. And so for me to see that and see how she's matured and grown and can recognize her own feelings and then come back and apologize, it's like just a proud mommy moment of how I've shown them that it's okay to, apologize and come back and, just own your feelings. And it might take a little time for you to figure that out, but so it was a really proud moment for me. So we went to the chiropractor, and then after the chiropractor, we just came home because she didn't want to go to Trader Joe's, and she was just super tired. She ended up going almost immediately to bed and sleeping the entire night because she was just so tired, which was exactly what she needed. So my son came home from school, and I was able to connect with him and get him prepped and ready for like the weekend. Made a little bit of dinner for both of us, and I've been watching Young Sheldon, and so I just was watching that, and I fell asleep on the sofa, and which is a normal thing for me to do, I guess. Got him up and ready for bed, and he was having a little bit of an issue just going to sleep, and then we had to work through it. And this was a moment where I was like, okay, I'm going to self-regulate. I'm going to tell myself I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. There is no emergency. Everything is well, and regulate myself so he can see that I'm regulated and not overreact. And so I was proud of myself for doing that. And then he was able to regulate himself, and we were able to go to sleep. So just beautiful night. And then the next day was Friday. So because it was vacation, felt like a Saturday, and let myself sleep in, then got up and did my workout routine. So kettlebell stretching, kettlebell, vibration, grounding, acupressure, sauna, shower, got myself some coffee, did my morning meditations, I'm being really intentional about who I'm reaching out to, and not reaching out in a moment of need or necessity, or a moment of like I feel very uneasy about being by myself, so I'm reaching out. So I've been trying to be very aware of those things. And so with it being Friday, the kids are going with their dad, and my son decided to call his dad and ask if he could go with him early, just because he wants to go play games on the PS5 at his dad's house with his friends. So, I mean, that's fine with me. So I got them up and ready, made sure they knew they had to pack their bags and be ready for their dad to come. I literally was not out of my pajamas at this point. So their dad came and picked them up. I said goodbye and they left. And then I just got myself, just continued to chill and relax and, get myself done. Showered and dressed. I had some things to take care of in the house, like dishes and laundry, continuing to pack and move things. So my grandma and grandpa are coming, and I just want to clean up and make things neat and tidy. It was a beautiful day outside, so I did spend a lot of time out in the back patio just enjoying coffee and just enjoying the weather. So I decided to hop on a call with my new Florida guy, and we talked for hours and hours and hours, and it was coming to a point. A friend of mine from Latin dance, sent me a text or, a Facebook message that there was a free social and it was at 10. So I was like, it's always late and I always miss them because I fall asleep or I don't have energy late. But talking to my new Florida guy, it was like it extended the time and I was like so awake and ready and just like energized. So I got myself ready for dance and hopped in the car, went out, and just enjoyed it for an hour. I didn't go for longer than that because I just felt kind of tired. And something funny happened, like not funny, like joke funny, but I have been, since my Florida trip, the quick weekend trip, I have been super itchy all over my torso and like itchy enough to create like little bumps and marks, and it's been just an annoyance. And then also I've been really lightheaded, like super lightheaded, where I stand up and I get the fuzzies, and sometimes it's a little bit longer than just a second. And so this itchiness and dizziness has been just for a couple of weeks. And so I was just like really concerned about it. And, I've had dizziness before, and so it's not a new thing, but it's just not been relevant or prevalent, maybe not relevant, happening every day, multiple times a day. So when I was at the dance, I stood up too fast to say hi to one of my friends who came over, and I literally blacked out for a second, and it made me just really nervous. So I wrapped it up and I went home. Now, I felt so nervous that I told my new Florida guy, like, hey, this is what happened. I'm on my way home from dance. And so he was really concerned and just kind of kept up with me while I was en route. And he was just like showing a lot of concern. So I'm just going to keep keeping tabs on it until I have my cycle and see if it's maybe hormonal. I am 41. This is kind of like new territory for me as far as like pre-menopause, menopause, like whatever might be happening at this point. But I was reflecting on when I was a teenager and I was having these episodes a lot. And I'm just curious as to what the correlation might be, or if there's something in me that, I've not found out yet, is the cause of these lightheaded, dizzy spells. So it's going to be something on my radar. I'm going to not get too crazy about it. But yeah, so that was Friday night. I went to sleep really late, 1:00 or something. And woke up kind of late, chill in the morning. Took it easy. I know my grandpa and grandma are coming, but they didn't really tell me a time frame. So instead of getting frustrated and upset and canceling my plans and sitting at home and just focusing on it. I did what I could to clean up before I left, and I had this mindful conversations that I had on my calendar that I really wanted to participate in. It was about your spiritual footprint and like what we leave behind, and the effects of our spirituality and everything on, the world. So I got myself ready. I got in the car. I headed over to this, conversations. And it was just a beautiful, lovely time of open conversations and reading, and the space for, all people of any walks to come in and just have conversations about spirituality and different topics. So I did connect with a few people there. And as I was in the conversation and the meeting, my grandpa and grandma called me that they were on their way, and it would take them like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So by the time the meeting finished and I got to talk to people and connect and make a few intentional connections, they were on their way and I was on my way home. So it was beautiful. It was perfect timing. I made it home in enough time to do a few things before they got here. And when they got here, I was able to just hug them and welcome them in, have them sit down. And we sat down and we talked for a couple of hours, like 3 hours, about whatever, we needed to, about catching up with my life, catching up with their life. A few things that my grandpa had on his heart and mind that he really just wanted to share with me. And it was just beautiful. And in this morning conversations that I had, it was beautiful as well. And I think it set me up to just be so open, and I just felt my heart chakra just like beaming. And so like, it's not like I got anything from it other than just being there and creating a safe space. But it was just like such a beautiful day of connection and intentionality and being in the present moment. So that was Saturday, my relaxing morning, my morning meeting, my connection with my grandpa. Then they left and we talked about getting together again sometime, so that they can hang out with the kids because I didn't have the kids. I sent my grandpa with some coffee on his way, and then I, hung out at home. I got some food. I enjoyed the weather outside. I watched some more of my Young Sheldon show, and then my new Florida guy called me, and we had another very long conversation. And it's just beautiful the way that we connect, and we are, like open to whatever the other person says. So after I had that conversation with him and I kind of wrapped it up, I watched more of my show and had some more snacks, talked to the kids, said goodnight to them, and then kind of took myself up to bed. But it was just a beautiful couple of days. I've just been feeling my spirit expand and open and just be so willing to just be there and be present and be open. And I know I said this was day 289 and 290, Thursday and Friday, but I kind of morphed it into Saturday as well. So this is going to be day 289, 290, and 291, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So just beautiful days, expansion, intentionality. I just feel like I'm on a cloud. I feel like I'm high in the sky. This is natural highs because, like I said, I don't drink anymore and I don't smoke anymore and I don't do recreational drugs or anything like that. This is just like natural. So it's just been a beautiful couple of days. And I thank you guys so much for being here, for being present, for listening in, for supporting me this way, because I don't get paid to be here and I don't really need to get paid to be here. This was prompted in a meditation and I just felt compelled to keep going with it. So I thank you guys very much. I love you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I love you guys so much. Peace.